To the most beautiful girl that talks.
I know that some of you are dealing with pain. Pain because someone that you trusted betrayed you. And it's not easy. I want you to know that it will get better as time passes, especially once you release it. When you hold on to how someone did.
Stop. I need you to stop because society cause problem with family. The world caused problems to society in the business of everybody got to do something. That's the main problem we got in society. If you talking about somebody did you wrong, and the society is the problem. The mindset of others, y'all are babies. Y'all still, even the business of people are babies. They are babies. With all your power, you still don't get it. You still don't get it. You think because someone dies and you did something, you can change it. Just like we talked about 9/11 could have been avoided, right? I don't think that they said I don't think that could have been avoided. But if we would have looked out for the spirit, that could have been more avoided. That's the difference about our world and the understanding of those concepts of what you're talking about. People should have never crossed that line. And then family is a different situation. But the outside world that is selfish, that's the most crucial part that God knows in this universe. It's not about holding on to grudges, whatever you think your world is. But things should have never been done in the planet of the universe of the solar system. Humans must understand the cost of it, of their actions. And you have to understand the meaning of those things and the qualifications of those things and the price of it. I had a dream. The dream that before my baby mama, I left my baby mama. We got into I had a dream before. It was a dream waking up to the sky was like a jungle. But I had a dream before that, right? That at the time we have got back together. And this person, Mika, husband, was there, right? And after all what happened, I walked away. I walked away in that dream. The difference, what was done in Atlanta, I walked away from it. The spirit of dreams, after we got back together, I walked away from her in that dream. The concept of what I'm talking about, the understanding when things are being taken for granted and lies and behavior of the spirit and those things. Look, you're trying to work something that you're not trying to say, and people are not trying to apologize. You're trying to do something. My baby mama hold a grudge about what somebody else did to her. The difference about what you make your baby mama cry. Okay, we understand. We all go through that type of hurt. That's the difference between what you can understand. Things was not supposed to be done. And I'm talking about people in the outside universe. Let me tell you something. Balance have to be given here. The mayor must be removed. The community members, it must be understood about what's going on in Dallas. It must happen. The prosecutors must be arrested. These are things that people did in the society wrong. If Desmond Miller don't get arrested, let me tell you, I can ask for the arrest of Desmond Miller. If that's really the concept of what we're talking about, he can be arrested. If that's the concept of what we're talking about for racism crimes, right? If you Have you given a definition of those things of understanding? So if I tell the civil rights and I go to my civil rights and I tell them I want Dylan Miller arrested for crimes, not just to be sued, but put away for 20 years and lose his position for misconduct or racial behavior with black. This is not about what you're talking about here. Things should have never been done because the way that black people are and things should have never been done. God, God understood all of that. You think when God went to when Moses left Egypt, he went back across the desert and he left the desert from his family. Moses' brother did not want to listen. The concept of those things did not want to listen. So God had to remove those people that was causing problems. God kept Moses' family alive. Brothers, the baby mama, the mom, certain things that was alive, but certain others had to be removed. Balance had to be given, and you're not understanding that. Don't say that when the mayor must be removed, the DEA and prosecutors must be thrown in jail. This is a must need that must take place. Balance has to be given. Y'all not understanding. The Dallas DEA must be prosecuted. Judge Kennedy must be arrested. And you have to understand the mayor must lose his job. An attorney you'll pass and just get a misdemeanor where she needs to be thrown in jail. These are the things that must happen. The call center, if I ask for every Atlanta Social Security worker to be arrested, God must allow it. They can't go up. That means God is putting my hand on the trigger of that computer and asking the Justice Department to get rid of every Social Security worker. That must be done. That must be done. It must be balanced, not begin. If you can't make an example out of somebody in these governments and in the mayor in these communities, how can we understand balance? Balance must be given. And we must understand those things. The mayor must be removed. The Social Security has to be addressed. They have to be addressed or removed. God said you cannot do these things without a price. And a woman need to understand y'all women talk, but a price must be given about what they did. The call center, everybody in Atlanta, a price must be given. Either you fine them or they lose their job. It must happen. These things must happen. You have to have balance. You cannot let these people. You trying to tell me not to get my justice. You talking about the concept of that. You telling me not? That's what a manipulation. That what the devil can play at. Where you trying to tell somebody to forgive, but you're playing a game of the concept of the game that you're playing. Balance must be given. The Social Security must be removed. People it must happen. At the Texas legislature, at the governor, at the CP, they must lose their job in Texas, Gainesville. Balance had to be given. A price had to be given. Money does not be given. Money and job loss have to be given. A balance in the universe had to be given. You have to understand these things. The prosecutor must lose their job. That's a different. Judge Kennedy must lose their job. Everybody that tried to break my mindset in that government must lose. This must happen. You must understand this balance must be given for the price that they have done. God understood these things in the realm of the fashion. These people must be removed. Things must happen for a reason. You must understand everything, the universe, the keys of the universe. You can't tell me to forgive where the CPS workers need to be removed from Gainesville. The judges, God must have it. I cannot stop. God must have it. The prosecutor must lose their job. The difference between that, Judge Kennedy has to be removed. The people that tried to break my mindset, they have to lose their job. You must understand what's at stake here. Balance are not being given here. The mayor of Dallas has to be removed. Balance, I say it again, and I'm going to say it for 2024. The mayor must be thrown in jail. Balance had to be given. Black and white racism had to be. God had to have peace. He had to have peace. He had to have love. And you have to understand that if Judge Kennedy don't be removed, if the prosecutor don't go to jail, if the state attorneys that try to break my mindset and the security guards, balance have to be balanced. It's the keys of life of the universe. God is doing everything for a reason. You cannot do these things without prices. You cannot behave like this in this manner without a price. And you have to understand that what they have done must be observed. You must lose your job and you must pay the price for it. Balance have to be given here. And Joe Biden need to understand that balance in Gainesville must be removed. The CPS workers have to lose their jobs. Balance have to be removed. Everybody that set up that these things have to happen. You can't do this without a price. You're trying to not make me get my justice as a woman. As a black woman, you're playing mind games which you should not be playing with as the devil. Balance must be given here. And you must understand that balance of the universe. God told me many things. Let me tell you something. I dreamed I was in Atlanta and I dreamed that I was in a house. I was in the same house and I woke up to every animal was in the sky. And then it had a man in the middle of that sky. Every man that been on this earth. Balance had to be given. Judge Kennedy must be removed. These people must lose. Texas must lose, guys. This is a must need. You can't have things without a price. You can't do stuff without a price. The communities that Donald Trump stood by, that Governor Abbott must pay a price, and you can't do that without balance. A price for Governor Abbott lies in his people and his American people in Texas. A price must be given, and you must not understand the keys of it. God is not giving me the strength for no reason. Atlanta must be removed. The workers must lose their job. And God said you need to do whatever it takes to make them be removed. So this journey is to get the Atlanta Social Security workers to be removed. Is to get the call center to be removed. Some of the workers and hire new workers. If I can go to my local office and I can chill amongst the customers and the lady can tell me, Hubert, she there for a person, one of her family, that she want to be a Social Security worker. That means balance have to be given. They must be replaced. They must lose their job. They must be arrested. These things must happen. These things must, you cannot, Joe Biden must understand. He cannot do this without a price. The workers, the local office, Ms. Lee must pay a price. All of these people must pay a price, and you have to understand the price of God. You have to understand what's have been done there. It must be do it with a price. That thing must be given. Miss Lee cannot get away. The security guard cannot get away. These things must be given of God. They must pay for what has been done. If I can let things go, you're trying to play with my mindset because you're thinking it all about yourself. God don't think about that when the enemy can trick you. Don't think about that when balance need to be given. Justice need to be given. They have to be removed. The security guard have to lose his job. This is a must balance, must be happening. Everybody at the local office must, I'm going to say it one more time. A price have to be given by the Social Security in the state of Texas. And the community leaders. A balance must happen. And God, after what was done, must have happened to get. Then I'm gonna file a civil rights on the White House. A balance must be given, and you're not understanding these things. A balance must be given, and you're not giving it. The universe acts for balance, and you causing the universe. God, the heavens act for balance. The universe, like a scale, right? And one thing, it must be balanced. It must be balanced. You get a scale, you put that potato on that scale, on that big scale, like you go in Walmart. Balance must be given. It must be weighed out. They must pay a price for their actions. The White House must give me my justice. A balance must be given. Selfish of communities, an example have to be made. And lady, you're trying to use your different tactics. And we're going to make sure we go to civil rights and talk about this. Balance must be given.
Be kind and compassionate.
Let me tell you something. Balance must be given. What's the things a balance must be given here? Without balance, we have nothing. Without balance and change, we have nothing. Ms. Lee must pay a price. The Social Security must pay a price. Everybody has to pay a price for what they have done. Attorney General have to pay a price. Every leader, Donald Trump is paying a price by what he did and took his people aside. God is not going to do nothing without balance. But God protected the family of Moses, his brother, his wife. Everybody stayed. And that's what God must understand in the price. Well, when they got racism and how black and white feel, they care about themselves. The community is lying. Texas got a problem. Nobody wants to deal with Governor Abbott. Governor Abbott is sitting there smiling because he had the power to eat without consequences. Attorney Pastrin had without consequences. All of them can be safe at night, and the people will protect them. Liars will protect them. These things must happen. The mayor is being protected. He's been protected by black racism. He's been protected by other people's opinion of value of lies, opinions. And nobody is not able to remove this mayor. Balance must happen. And you must understand, the mayor must be removed and he must be thrown in jail. The New Orleans mayor was thrown in jail. That the mayor must be thrown in jail. You got to see balance. And he wasn't thrown in jail till after I came to Texas. God said balance must be given here. After New Orleans mayor went to jail, what is the problem here? Balance must be given. The mayor must pay for racist crimes. You must ban racist words. Balance must be given here. For the black people that stood by him, this must happen, guys. You cannot disturb balance. You cannot disturb God or what God trying to do. The mayor must be thrown in jail. That police officer must be stripped of their title in the Social Security. Atlanta Social Security. This is why we're going to meet. The arrest must happen. This is why me and Capitol here are meeting. And we're going to meet. Because they must be removed. I'm asking for the removal of the workers in Atlanta and asking for the removal of the call center. Things must happen. The lady arguing me. I can't decide what happened. God is deciding and discipline. It must be addressed. God said, I'm going to remove you. I'm going to decide. And I'm going to tell her what that lady said. I can't decide what discipline. God is going to decide. And you must be removed. You must be taken care of, call center. A balance must be given in the universe. You cannot do nothing without balance. You cannot do these things without balance. The reason why God kept Moses' family alive to show balance from others that took Egypt family alive, took Moses' family, kept his wife, his dad, his sisters, because to show balance. To show balance when others are willing to go against it. He let them stay the test of times. But Moses' brother ate many times from Egypt. He ate, and he couldn't do it no more. I was in the Dallas County and I was reading some on the video. See, after kingdoms finish arguing with each other, it get back to normal. Things get back to normal. Balance must be given. The Social Security must pay for crimes. Crimes of neglect and abuse or racism behavior. Donald Trump is paying a price. He's paying a price for taking those sides with values that lie against God. We ain't the same. You think I'm like them? When we talk about value, no. God said you still have no value because you know why you still have no value? Because they don't understand your lies. They go against it. And you have no value. Just because I'm talking doesn't mean nothing to you. I have no value because you don't understand. You went against it. I have no value because you don't understand the lies that you tell in your democracy to get it the way you're trying to go. Guys, if I get the questions about everything that I understand about those things, balance must be given. And you must not understand that this balance from communities must be understood. The mayor must be taken care of. And everybody getting mad at me. I'm getting people having fits and tell me we don't deserve it. That's what they want. Because they've been taken away from disability. They've been taken away from me. They've been lying to God. And my family gonna think you don't deserve it. I deserve it. And I'm not taking no for an answer. This is the last fight that God is gonna put up with. This is the last fight between black and white and Mexican with narcissist behavior. You're egging it on. And I'm about to get on them for egging it on. That's another 30 million for egging it on. I'm about to get the Justice Department, but I'm not going to take the manipulation and the arguments and what communities want you to fall. Where black and white want you to be on the streets and stay on the thing. These are things that are not going to happen by conflict. By conflict of other black and white opinion and Mexican. It's not going to happen, and God has to. When you think about yourself, when you go to your house and you lie to yourself each and every day, when you get people fired from jobs for no reason because you want to lie, a price must be given. But I tell you, God said, I won't be a victim. I won't be a victim of your lies. I won't be a victim of Walmart racism. I'm asking for me, and I ain't taking no for an answer. God gonna tell you one more time. He asking for Walmart business and the government of Joe Biden. This is the last time since Walmart want to lie and the communities want to lie. What they lying? No, you play by your rules. You stick by your rules and stop faking your love for God. And that's what we got in these American businesses that lies. And time after again, that lies. It's not what you think it is. They are lying. They are sitting up there walking amongst God and walking and act like we cool and we're not. God see your mind. God see the spirit of what you're doing and what you're doing. Let me tell you, Doug Miller was right that the corporate office and them came in there and they looked at me. Why they can't see? They smiled in my face because they were jealous. Jealous. The same thing when James was. When my ex-girlfriend, family member, and everybody, Hubert, we miss you. Miss you. And everybody came in there hugging me. Sky, Summer, Tabitha, everybody. We miss you, Hubert. The concept of just seeing the jealousy out of a CEO and corporate office, what that mean? They want to take your place because they live a lie constantly over and over again. Joe Biden, I'm going to tell Joe Biden again, if you fall for Doug Miller lies, and his corporate office lie, he took my ideas and he knows it. He lies. You believe in a man with a fake smile. God said, don't believe his lies. God said, if you catch on to his lies, he a liar. He's corporate office smiled in my face and lied about it. These are racism. These are people that God said when they deny you, they deny God because they've been telling lies over and over in themselves and their head. They don't know God. They've been telling themselves over and over. Hey, they just want the money, but they don't want what comes with God. They don't love God like they say they love God, the understanding of it. Because if you love God, you wouldn't have lied. You wouldn't have crossed that line, Doug Miller. You wouldn't have crossed that line, corporate office, and said your words. Your words have actions, and God already know what you was gonna say. He already know what your lies and your racism. He already know what your pain. Let me tell you, God said, if you don't let me sit at this table, you the one that's gonna see me when the time. And God said, I will show no mercy to you when your spirit comes to me. I will show no mercy to you because my child is still surviving through the lies and the cracks of how people act. He's surviving. He's surviving through all of those things. Sabina plays a big part, and you don't even understand. She plays a part in everything, and you don't even understand. I might don't be with her anymore, whatever that is, but she plays a part. God came to me. God showed me something, and you don't know. We always wanted kids, and after I tried to explain myself to Marissa, I had a dream, but that dream talk about the spiritual love that we once had for each other, and that kind of changed because of manipulation in the communities and other friends and people trying to get in between it. But God gave me something to keep me going, even though the spirit go through passion, through traumatize, it go through stuff. It changes because other people misconduct of the situations. So you must understand these things. God is a disturbance in the heavens, and we must understand that it's not hell, but it's a disturbance. The thing is, God must teach certain interviews or an outside world a lesson. Thanks must be given. God said, nothing come without a price. And this is why I have to do this. Nothing come without a price. The mayor is a liar. The DA is a liar. And I'm asking for their job. When they get them 10 years or 5 years, baby, they gonna know ever again not to mess with me. The prosecutors and the state attorneys in a courtroom, in a different courtroom that tried to break my mindset. They gonna remember not to mess with me ever again. They must lose their job. They must lose their job. You can't do nothing without a price. I'ma tell you much one again. The state of Texas and the Social Security must pay a price. The mayor must pay a price. This had to happen, guys. If this cannot happen, the people that's been lying in American corporation business and faking their love for God, a price must be given. And that's the understanding, and that's the understanding of lies. If I can talk to somebody in Tennessee and UP Live off of Amazon, that her little boss right now, a woman gotta want to love a person. Because if she missed that love, another king will get it. Another queen will get it. But if she choose not to mess with it, that means a queen is gonna come to it. And she choose not to love it. She choose not to be a part of it. And that's the difference of a queen coming to take another whatever that king, whatever that is or what you're talking about. But she have her ways and she have her attraction. I wasn't mad at her for that. She know what she don't want in her life as a thing. But something must have been wrong with that king management at Amazon in Tennessee. He must have been right. The selfishness behavior, the ego, is the problem in the business of the conflicted of the ego of our management. Nikki wrote a post. Nikki Mine wrote a post one year about 2007. It's not always it's the employees the problem. It's the management the problem. And if you can't look at the management, how can you direct it? Those are the things, are the concept of it, the situation. God is working here, but the mayor must pay a price for what he did. The prosecutors must be removed. All of them, they must be removed. I want to see them arrested in my eyes. I cannot stop until they be arrested. This is much. The state attorneys that tried to break my mindset, they know who they was. They must be removed. The black state attorney, they know what they did. The racist black man, the narcissist, they know what they did. Balance must. Who had their eye on the quarterback before I got arrested? Who looked some type of way? And this is what I'm gonna tell them again. They must be arrested. The state attorney, the security guards, that you got cameras, you must be arrested. You must be arrested for the crimes of it. Now, I can ask for every state attorney to be arrested on that looked at me wrong. And they gonna tell about facial expression. Just like on Madden. When you're able to play instant replay and you're able to go around and see the facial expression. The same day when Judge Kennedy, they must be removed, and I want them in that courtroom, throw it in jail. You're not going to walk away from this. That's something that's not going to happen. The state attorneys, you're not going to do this. I'm going to tell against the state of Texas and the White House one more time. The state attorneys must be removed. The prosecutors must be removed. Judge Kennedy must be removed. The CPS workers in Gainesville must be removed. These are crimes that must be removed. Balance must be removed. You know how many CPS workers, that new CPS workers you can bring to that from Gainesville by removing them? These people must be removed in Gainesville. They must be removed. Balance must be given. And I need Joe Biden to understand this. God is asking for Gainesville removal. They're asking for Gainesville to be thrown and removed and thrown in jail. All of the CPS workers, everybody that sat at that table must be removed. A balance must be given here. A price must be given. You must not understand it for lies and deception, or standing by lies of democracy and people that have their. We must deal with these things. We must deal with these formats of these things. Let me tell you something. Jessica Clark, me and her, after I did what I did, everybody talking about why a woman walk away. When she sat on my lap, I felt, and I put my ears on her chest. I felt something like, and I felt it for that moment. Her heart was just beating in my heart, but I couldn't. I had to push her. But the thing is, with that situation, I had to. The situation with that, something was there, and I like at that moment when I was young, it was there. At that moment of understanding the keys of life, and I have got into it where I got into I got into it where she walked away and she stopped coming around and she had a baby. And like those are the things, that's how you feel. And you go to a party and that's how you feeling. And you gotta watch. I watched her spirit while she walks away from me on that porch, and I was like, while she walks away from me without just talking to me and without giving me any explanation. And she didn't call after that. She stopped coming around, Tablet. She didn't even call after that. I felt your heart. I felt everything. But you didn't call after that. You didn't call after that. You didn't say, Huber, you just, you went to other part. You stopped, me and Mary stopped, and I'm like, hold up. Chris Clark still coming over. Everybody else started coming over. And Mirza, Chris Clark still coming over. But you wasn't coming over. And hold up, this, and she wasn't in the apartment either. So, um, I'm like, it made you do that without just talking to me. And the concept of how I feel about the situation is the most concept of it, right? To understand it. A friend Monica said, "What miserable? Like people that's rich, that's miserable. But long as you, as of a family, if you're rich, as a family, an organization, as a family, keep waking up and fighting every day. That matters the most. 7, 8, or 9, or 10, or 11. That matters the most if you keep waking up as a family every day. And that matters the most when you keep waking up and you're able to still communicate and still do that. You're gonna have up and down. That's the price of it, the up and down. But if you can still go through it and love each and talk to each other and still go through those matters, you're gonna go through stuff. And those are the format of the plans of what I'm talking about. Balance must be given here. My contract is already signed already from Walmart. You can't really say nothing about the things that's going on here. But the state attorneys must be made out an example, guys. I cannot let this go. So the more the delay, the progress is gonna have a problem. The delay things is gonna have a problem in the situation. God said your mind have to be calm and your patience have to be calm. Your symptoms are great. You understand the power that's what's in you. You always have, but don't let the outside world and the society of businesses determine that outcome. I'm gonna tell you something. I was at Ticket to Work program one time when I first started, and they got me on that U-Haul. But they asked if you got anybody to support you. You know what I should have said? God support me. Because they give grants to Ticket to Work program, right? But she was like, she had a little attitude. And at that time, she had a little attitude at the time. God supported me, right? God is my supporter. They filled out the application, guys. That's all they did. I went on the job interviews. None of them said it. And this is where the problem at. This is where we're going to make changes at. In Walmart, we're going to have 100 people from each. We're going to hire 100 people all around to come and do CBLs and help disability out. But if the blacks don't want no part of it, we're going to lose people more than we're going to gain more. And when we pay people the higher dollar, that makes all of the difference in the Walmart corporations. We're going to pay, we're going to get 100 of people, the caseworker, to do CBLs and other things to be able to switch it up in other means. Every other 6 months, one time for CBLs, every local communities, these are things that are going to happen. They're going to sit with disabilities that are regular employees. They getting upset. They don't want to work with them. All right, that's me sitting at the table. Let's have 100 people come in and help them with CPL, just like a caseworker at a thing. Let's start this in the greater good. Let's start this and let's make this happen in the greater good of understanding, of understanding those things, and hire each person to go to each Walmart in the communities, right? So in the Walmart, not in the community, it's each Walmart. Hire people to go help people out with CBLs every time. That's the most definitely what you can do. So each Walmart, that's a new job. CBLs doing stuff. They're gonna go from Walmart to Walmart, help people out. A balance. Let's show them that we can show love for each other. Let's show them that we can all learn how to accept each other and grow that bond with each other and let people in. God is asking to be let in, not deny Walmart. And I need them to understand. And I hope they hear me when I put God is asking to be let in. That's what God is asking from the Walmart CEOs They're asking for to be let in. And I'm over the disability department. I will find different techniques to do different things to help people out. And I will sit with other people to get the concept of it. And I don't mind, the thing is, I don't mind talking to people, coming in there, talking to people, kids, daughters that got disabilities, and helping out and telling them how can we help them more. Sitting with them and be like, how can we help them more? Your kid that got a disability. It might have a 12-year-old kid, a 13-year-old kid right now, a 14-year-old kid that got a disability. What can I help the maneuver their ability to learn more at the progress at the job? That is the concept of what we are doing here. And we are talking about the maneuver over. My job as the CEO, my job is over the disability department to make sure everything's being taken care of. And if I'm not saying Doug McMillan losing a job, but that's going to be my title. That's going to be my title and to maneuver around it. But I know I'm going to have to listen to Doug McMillan and listen to them. But I also going to have to understand my customers and understanding the disability needs of the concept. And that's what Doug McMillan got to understand. If this going to work, I have to understand, I got to be able to understand the disability. And that's when I'm going to be able to sit one on one and talk to everybody, parents, and our future kids. And this, God is see everything in the future kids of it. The concept of those things of it. I hope everything is still at the table. This is even if the people want it, but they're going to have a higher pay. After the employees going to be able to get a higher sum pay. These are going to work out for the regular employees. All of them going to have a greatness, a great attitude. It's something to benefit all of them. Right, to understand those goals, to understand those matters. My, I'm gonna tell you, I saw some pictures and video with Sam Walton, and the more thing he did, he wasn't scared to get on the floor. He wasn't scared to pick up groceries. He wasn't scared to do none of those things. He wasn't scared to put the. What do you see, Doug Miller actually at a store doing those things as a CEO? That's that's the confirmation code of it, of what we're talking about here. Of the confirmation code. Do you see the CEOs participating and putting on a little vest and asking them, come on, let's do this as a team? Do you see every Walmart CC CEOs getting on the floor like Sam Walton did? I understand, but you need to take one time out of a week and just participate out that day. One day is not a harm to get one day out of your schedule to get on the floor and see and on the floor. It's not, instead of taking pictures and do I seen a picture with Doug Miller. I seen things of other CEOs and how they act, but it's not a crime to actually get on the floor and work one day with your employees and show that to customers that they are loved and not just talking about it. And you got to understand, like, and I know there's rules to levels because the public don't know how to behave themselves most of the time, and I know that as a level of those things, at a concept of it. But they went bend. Let me tell you, I'm gonna cuss. It's 6 of us in the deli, and 8 of us in the deli. A lady came and asked about a product that she couldn't find, right? And then 2 of the employees in the meat department, she couldn't find it in the meat department. A customer asked about a product that she couldn't find in the meat department. Do you know somebody, if somebody in the meat department? 2 of my employees said no. Then I asked, do you want me to go see if somebody back there? I already know that my employee's back there. I already know these things, right? And these are the things that I know. I know these things. And when I know these things and the understanding of these things, and all right, she said, no, I'm just going to go to another store. And then she asked if somebody was in a bakery. They said no. I said, you sure? She went in. So I went back there and got my employee. and my employee said they got the product. I ran to the register and I went and got her. I said, hold up for a second. Hold up for a second. They got the product. We got it. And my employee met me and said, Hubert, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. And when I'm getting great customer service, every interview, and Shawnee said something smart, even Shawnee said something smart about my customer service. She said something smart about it. And I didn't take that, a little sarcastic, didn't say that much about it. But every time, if you look at the report of my customer service, of my evaluations that got a raise, you need to look at those things, or the concept of those things. If I tell Joe Biden, my whole time at 2996, look at the raise when I was in that deli. And it was just not by